Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, we're talking about retirement. We're talking about a couple of things that you should definitely not do, and we're talking about becoming a millionaire through Ripple and XRP. Today, guys, we're doing yet another big giveaway of 100 XRP. And all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and comment down below whether or not crypto will make you a millionaire, or really what you expect about it. The comment is your entry ticket, so make sure you put something right there. And if we hit 750 likes within 24 hours, we are giving it away. And I have put the team on getting more giveaways, guys, so hopefully more are coming. Otherwise, it's only going to be this week. So guys, first of all, XRP is doing insane right now, which is leaving a lot of people with wonders about what they should do. Should you be buying more? Should you be selling it all? Should you be what, right? And I get it. It is very difficult, but it's not only you. And trust me when I say that, guys. When I say it's not only you, I mean it's really a ton of people that are having exactly the same thoughts, the same problems, the same situation. What I mean with that is, right now we are at about 30 up cents, right? Here we're at 31.4. Now, how long since we were at that point? Let's see here. All right, so the last time we were at about 30 point something was right here, the 14th or 15th of February. That was the last time that we hit a certain point. And with a certain point, I mean the high that we are at right now. It's been almost half a year since we got to this price. So a lot of people are confused about what's going on. Now, a little bit more important to that is that we're actually quite close to the top of this tip. And if we do get there, then the last time we crossed it would be all the way, over a year ago to the 10th of July or so. So people are really eager to get above the 33-ish cent line, or 33.6-ish cents, because that will give us new territory, free room to keep on gaining, right? But here, what do we have in the chart right now? Well, if you guys remember from a couple of days ago, I was actually drawing these four in. This blue one is the newest one. And basically, these four, they all represented some resistances, right? Because, actually, the bottom one was the support, and these three were resistances. The first resistance was where we were discussing about it, I believe. So I believe it was like here, then the 24th or something of July when we were discussing about it. At least that's what I'm assuming when we were discussing it. Then we said, you know what, if it breaches, let's see here, if it breaches our resistance with a confirmation, we buy into it, for example. However, earlier, I think with backtesting or something like that, I don't remember exactly. Oh no, it's just a simple support here, simple resistance and support for that matter. Right here, we drew that line as well. We were like, all right, if it gets above there, another one breached and so forth and so on. Here, though, was another very big support at a lot of different levels, and thus that was our new resistance as well. Just breached right through. However, theoretically, it's not confirmed, right? Because we got a red candle afterwards, so I would never trust it. But then a little bit later, there's another big resistance right here. We just, kind of, catching them close to that one, and it leaves me personally a little bit confused as well if you're not using any other indicators rather than just, I guess, support resistance lines, just looking at the chart, maybe, going for volume. Maybe, Fibonacci would have helped here, or maybe some cloud or things like that to just kind of understand what's going on with the power in the chart and the general trend. Because at this point here, it's looking so ridiculously exponential that I'm getting kind of afraid of the movement and really afraid of what we should all be doing. So my advice here is to stay cautious, but make sure you have at least a little bit of XRP. Even if you just, wait off right now, don't rush into it, right? Don't go and buy market order at the top here, because most likely, as you can see with this candle right here, there's going to be some chances to still sweep up some cheaper XRP. And I would not recommend buying everything above 31 cents that we are at right now, just because I do still think we'll get below there, but it's never a guarantee. But it's also not financial advice, but it's something I really am guessing, right? I'm also not guaranteeing you guys that we will get to a higher price ever, just to make sure here. And also, right, I have to put a little bit of emphasis on this. Let me actually quickly look at the weekly here, because I wanted to check out, let's go to automated. Let's go all the way to the right here. There we go. I wanted to briefly check how big the gains were here at this point. Just to briefly have for myself once more how huge the gains were from bottom to top in just like a couple weeks, like 4 weeks here. The highest point it hit right there. Okay, that's 1,700% that it did right there in just 4 weeks, 28 days. Wow, guys, I'm sometimes just more mesmerized by the fact that we did that than the whole fact that we got to the price point of $4, and this here is actually only $3.30. Yeah, $3.30. So I could even draw a little bit higher. But the fact that we got 1,700% in just 1 month is just really, really crazy. But it also shows that the future is really, really close around the corner. All right. With all of that said, because I'm rambling on a little bit, I wanted to say I've been seeing a couple of videos come out, right, the last couple of days, and I made a couple of videos alike as well. And what those always explain is what you should do when prices are looking really, really juicy, but also what you should do when prices are looking very, very, very negative. Now, before you can look at price, or at least have to look at prices, you of course got to buy some coins, right? So do you have any coins right now? Answer for yourself, yes or no. If no, then just take this as advice with a grain of salt, because, well, it doesn't really apply to you. If you do have some coins, then think about your average price you bought them at. For example, if it's XRP, write down the average price you bought these coins at. That might help for further realization further along the road. Then, what do you think about the short-term price? Just for example, now write down what do you think will happen to the price within 1 month, right? And are you planning on selling it? Those two things kind of fall into one little category. Are you planning on selling it on the short term, and where do you think it will get to the short term? Write those two down. Then underneath there, write down what you think about the long term for XRP, right? Do you think it's going to get really, really high? Stay where it is right now, or you have no idea. It all doesn't matter. You just got to put what you think. And the main reason for that is if you think the short term is going to be bad, but the long term is going to be good, then holding is still a good option for you, because you know longer term you're going to be good anyways, and that you're going to see some short term losses are not going to be mattering. And by the way, never invest more than you're able to lose. If you do that, it's really just a fault. It's your own fault, all right? Not if things go really, really bad, but it's just a bad mistake. Never do that. Please, almost no exceptions, but really don't invest more than you can lose. It's almost never a good idea. So please, please, please watch out. All right, continuing what I just said here. If you think the short term is going to be good, but the long term is going to be bad, just get some quick profits and be out. And exactly the opposite works the same way as well. It's not like there's a one for all type of strategy here with trading these coins, and that's going to make you a ton of money, right? It's not just one thing. Now, what I should also mention is that most people trading crypto will lose money. And this is not going on for long-term holding. This is for people who try to actively beat the market here by, taking profits when it goes up and taking profits when it goes down, or things like that. Yeah, I don't know what the percentage is, but let's say, for example, 3 out of 4 will lose money. And you might as well be one of those 3. Just consider that for a split second. So if you're planning on just trading it all the time, don't go for crazy numbers anyway. 1% a day. You know how much that would be if you could get 1% consistently a day? That would be huge. You'll become a millionaire really, really, really soon, right? But this is something that I was talking about earlier. There are just doing stupid things. Billionaire investor Leon Cooperman warns the rise of Robinhood traders will end in tears. This is one of my most trending videos ever on the channel, even though a lot of people misinterpreted it. I know. But it actually applies a lot to XRP as well, right? If you go ahead and trade XRP without knowing what you're doing, you don't have a short-term nor long-term strategy, most likely you will end up in tears, because first of all, you lose a lot of money, and second of all, you'll probably be lost in like the crypto realm, because you don't know what the frick you're doing and what you're up to and what the coins are doing maybe and all of that. What my recommendation is, if you want to trade it actively, just do a lot of research before you do that. Just think that you know more than you would ever need, and then try it. That's just one strategy. Or go for a demo account, try a lot of different things while watching a couple of videos and try. It's also another option, but educate yourself before moving on to real money. Having said that, a lot of people must be wondering, what are you talking about here, Dusty? You're talking about being a millionaire, you're talking about retiring. You have a retirement plan, right? Yes, I do, guys. I have a retirement plan considering XRP. Now, the main points of that is, how much money do you need to retire, right? 1 million plus. I know I explained to you guys the strategy with that. Then you need to have an XRP price prediction. Do you think it's going to go to 10, 5, 15, 100, $1,000, $1? You got to have it. And then you also got to put the amount of XRP that you will want to need or want to have at that point in the future, or that you'll be able to accumulate, because those together can build up your retirement needs, all of them, all three of them, right? And with three, I mean, you can do the retirement money, the XRP, or the price. You can do any of them. And one thing I always like to say is that this you got to take with a couple of grains of salt, because think about it here. If you're going to retire an XRP, it could be that it's another 25 years away, right? Maybe you're 40 right now, you want to retire at 65, might be 25 years away. What could happen over this longer period of time is that the world has adopted a lot more to crypto, where you don't need to change over your XRP to fiat anymore to pay for everything, but it's also possible to pay with XRP directly, right? And that's actually one of the big things that people make misconceptions about when they're saying that XRP can go to $10,000 per coin or other ridiculously high prices. I know I'm saying ridiculous because it still is ridiculous, because it's really, really high, really, really crazy. But it can get there because this dollar value we're talking about all the time, oh, there will be $550 trillion, yada, yada, yada. The whole point of XRP getting to those points is that those would not be mattering, all right? But that's, again, another completely different story for another day. The point I'm trying to make here is every price you pick is, theoretically speaking, possible under the right circumstances, right? Under the right circumstances, almost anything is possible. It just depends on how you reason it and really how the time is going to be flowing, all right? Because, yeah, most of us will be wrong with the price. Most of us will be wrong with the adoption. But still, maybe you're on the right track. It could definitely be so. But yeah, guys, if you are interested, I'm going to post these somewhere, but I don't know where. I'm thinking about doing it in Discord. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section down below and on Twitter or something like that. Because I think you guys got to fill it in for yourself as well for a split second to see what you're up to. Having said all that, though, there's still one big flaw in my whole idea and my plan, and that is, where are you going to get those XRPs from? Because I know now, if you already are holding, you'll most likely be good. You know how to hold, you know how to, sell if you really, really need to get out of it and all of that. But what if you don't have any at this point? You really need to get your first XRPs. There's a lot of different options, and there's also a lot of different options to become a millionaire directly without needing XRP. Develop your career and expertise. This is a more difficult one, and it really is like, all right, go to school again, or make sure you get a higher up job at what you're already doing. Possibly for example, a consultant, go from being, a consultant that's hired for $30 an hour, go to becoming maybe a self-employed one for $300 an hour. You just think about some ways that you can up your own true value with all of that. By the way, with this, it's also an interesting strategy to build businesses, build the name for the business, and then sell the whole business, because then it might really happen really, really fast. That's one thing. Save diligently and invest for growth. What I want to say is invest a good portion, but really it's all about the saving part, right? It's not so much about the investing, it's more so about the saving, because in macroeconomics, we often consider saving and investment to be, very much the same in different scenarios, because what some save is what others won't invest, theoretically, right? But with us, the money you get each month for your work or for your whatever you do right now, I'm going to say save as much as you can and try to invest a good chunk of the savings. Not all, but a good chunk, just to make sure that you are setting something up for the future. However, don't save as much where you're having very, very big financial needs, or you can't have proper food or can't have proper shelter or things like that. Because, that might mess up your whole rhythm if you lose the money. And that's what you don't want. And that's a big pitfall that people go for. They save too much, right? They invest too much. And then all of a sudden their investment becomes worthless. And all the years were just wasted because they never got to use the money. They only just saved up. Which is also why I'm always like, don't save it all, but save a good chunk. More than 20% like they always tell you to do. But maybe not more than 70% just to make sure you can still live happily. Create intellectual property, that one goes without saying. Build a business, that one the same. Invest in real estate. I'm going to say investing in real estate and build a business can fall under one branch. But I would say that investing in real estate is not going to get you quick riches. It's going to take a very, very long time and a very, very difficult path. Building a business is going to be the most easy one. And the reason I'm saying that is because in a couple of years just now, I know, at least I found out how simple it can be to build businesses and just really, really skill them what is it called? Heavily if you got the right tools, right? And all you got to do is just look up some stuff that really, really appeals to you and start just grinding in that direction. If there's nothing that appeals to you, then this step is nothing for you. But I personally like, controlling things a lot in terms of media and all of that. So social media like Instagram and YouTube are really, really perfect for me. So I capitalize on those like crazy, and it earns more than I could have ever wished for. And from that perspective, I'm like, yeah, I can save a lot now, and there's a high value to the companies just because it's doing, first of all, something that I love, but also because I started. And the biggest part about it all is starting. Hire a financial advisor. I don't really recommend that. Always costs money, and they don't really help you that often. I know too many. Like, I think most of my friends are financial advisors officially because, we all went to school together. So, yeah. And it's not always going to help you unless you already have a lot of money, I would say. Make smart investments. That's a stupid one. Create a financial plan. That's another important one. Also, create a little bit of an emergency fund. Is what not said in here, but it's important. And by the way, I explain a lot of this stuff on my second channel called Dusty Finance, by the way. These first videos, they're really, really important, and I put a lot of effort into these 5 ones. I noticed that the first video did really, really well. I was really, really happy with it all. And then all of a sudden it started to deteriorate, where I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit. I'm going to make daily news, which, again, does really, really up and down. However, these videos, I really, really recommend you guys to check them out. It's also this one, because they're just really, 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 really good at helping you out. Here was how much should you save? Well, just save for some retirement, save some emergency, save some for everything else. However, think about the retirement in the back of your head, literally all the time, because it's really what's the most important. Think about not just trading it all yourself, because you'll most likely lose money, and think about the bigger picture with it all, right? What is your goal really? What do you want to go for? And will I not be sad to death, to just no return if I were to lose my investment? Because I'm quite convinced we'll never lose our investment and that we're Gucci. But if we were, it would be very, very stupid, very sad. I would not be happy at all, but I would just live on without really too much to worry about. And I want you guys to have the same feeling by just either building up the money you're making each month right now first before investing heavily, or making sure your mental game is strong enough by maybe punching yourself in the face 3 times a day. That's a joke. Please don't do that. It was just a small joke. Okay, to summarize the video here, guys, make sure you save very, very well. Make sure you invest a chunk of the saving, but not all of it, to make sure you're still on a good little morale for the rest of your life. Never invest more than you're able to lose. Becoming a millionaire is a lot more easy than a lot of people expect. It can really happen in the span of a night. It can happen in a fortnight. Why so? Well, in 28 days, we did 17,000? 1,700%. How much is it now? How much was it now? I don't even know how much the percentage was, but you guys know what I mean here. We did a huge percentage. Huge. It can happen in the shortest amount of time. All you have to do is invest. Don't think you are at the highest point ever right now. Don't think we're only going to be going down from here as well. There's going to be traps everywhere. There's going to be people trying to lure you out. It's going to be the same situation always, but the morale is stay positive. All right, we're all good. We're all in the same boat. XRP is going to be golden. Guys, thank you for watching. Keep the morale high. Keep supporting your friends that are all holding as well. All right, if there's some other people in the comment section that are holding, they're having a rough time, comfort them. Keep doing that stuff so we can all hold strong together. Take care, everybody. Have a very, very nice day.